Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. I'm here at EICMA 2021. As you can see, I'm here at the Benelli stand. Now I know quite a few of you had asked if I could go and check this out and give you some information, so I'll go and see what they have. So what we have is two variations on the Leoncino 800. This one here is the Leoncino 800 Trail. It's a 76 horsepower, 67 Newton meter, 750cc twin. I think they look quite cool. The trail version is kind of the scrambler one with the bigger front wheel and the knobbly tyres and that sort of little fairing. And then we just have the standard one here. Same engine, same frame, slightly different bodywork, made to look more like a sort of naked roadster. And the other bike in the Benelli lineup to use that same 800 engine is the TRK800, which you can see here. And I think that looks rather good. You know, it's got upside down forks, it's got double discs at the front. It certainly looks stunning with those orange and black wheels and that paint job. That really is something quite special. I will check out exactly what all the specs are that are on it, but it does look like some quality gear. I'm not sure if that's actually an Öhlins shock at the back in the yellow with a preload adjuster, but if it is, I think that would certainly give it an edge. And actually I think the back end of this looks quite aggressive, almost sort of like a super naked sort of sports tourer sort of look about it. So yeah, definitely an interesting bike. Brembo brakes. I guess it's just the standard TRK silencer at the back there. Even the tail tidy doesn't look too bad. But yeah, no, that's a very interesting bike. So for those of you who are interested in the new Benelli TRK800, hopefully this will be displayed to you in glorious 4K. All of these, but these are the various other Benelli TRKs. I think this one is the 251. Yep, and then I think they, in the same way as many other bikes, they just reuse the platform. There's another 251 in that. This looks quite interesting. So this is the Leoncino. So this is almost like the smaller version of the 800s that I showed you earlier. I think this is the 250 as well. I know this is actually the 125, but they do this with the 251 engine too. So this is the Benelli TRK502X. So it's a 500cc, 48 horsepower bike. I mean, it looks like a big adventure bike. I mean, I suspect that engine will let it down a little bit. But for what it is, and as I recall, I think these are available for an absolute bargain price, accessorized up to the eyeballs. So yeah, I mean, that looks quite visually stunning in the yellow, and it's got crash bars. It's got its own Benelli branded suspension and sort of kind of a basic dash. But, you know, for what it is, and I will check the price of this and put it in the description, yeah, I think that's not a bad looking bike. If this is what you're after, the people who asked me to look at Benelli, then hopefully this is useful to you. It's the Leoncino 250. So I know that 250s haven't really been that popular in the UK since 125s were the learner bikes, and then everyone went bigger, but I think for a little run around, I'm sure that goes perfectly well. Yeah, it looks all right too. I mean, it's basic, don't get me wrong, but I think these little bikes can be quite fun. This one makes about 26 horsepower from its 250cc single engine. This one here is the Benelli 502C, which has a bit of a look of a baby dival about it. I mean, it's a black paint job, and if I get close to that, you see it's got sparkles in it, and who doesn't love sparkles? Dash is a little bit basic, but I'm sure it's good enough at what it does. A bike I'd like to look at on the Benelli stand is this 752S. So it's a naked roadster. It's an inline twin, 750cc's, makes about 76 horsepower. And yeah, I think it's, I mean, the green's got a bit of Kawasaki about it, but it's certainly an interesting looking bike. And the last bike I'm going to look at here at Benelli before I move on is the TNT125. This is the Tornado Naked T, and it's available in white or a quite remarkable metallic green, almost yellow. You know, I mean, this is obviously a competitor for the Grom. It's a tiny little 125. Strange enough, they did have some of these at the Adventure Bike Festival, and I swear I saw one that had knobblies on it. Someone was taking it around the Adventure Bike Loop. I mean, I guess it's a little bit bigger than a pit bike, but they do look fun. I mean, you wouldn't want to cross continents on them, but for a little run around, and maybe instead of a scooter, I just think they look fun. So I think that's me done. I think that's everything from the Benelli stand that I can show you here today. I think they do have some quite nice looking bikes. I mean, I don't think they're at the cutting edge of technology anywhere. I think, you know, if I'm still looking for that middleweight adventure bike that someone can make for less than 200 kilos wet, you know, maybe even 180. That's got enough power but doesn't need to be crazy powerful. I think the Benelli 800 looks quite nice, the TRK 800. And I do love these little bikes as well that you can see behind me, the TNTs. Anyway, I hope this has been interesting and useful. If there were things about Benelli that you wanted to see that you haven't seen here, please let me know, and I'll try and show you at Motorcycle Live. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if it's been interesting and useful, please subscribe and check out my other EICMA 2021 videos. Thanks a lot.